Hi there, Sagittarius. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is a intuitive message for you. I got behind, and so here we are today. This is for June 2024 and beyond. Whenever you find this message and it resonates, what I'm keep hearing right now, Sagittarius, is the measure is one, or the illusion is separate, the measure is one. The illusion is separate, the measure is one. So it's more like a unifying message. It's where we have the understanding that we are separate beings. We are separate from each other. We are doing our own things. But when we really get down to the truth of it, are we? Aren't we all beating on this planet, hearts beating on this planet, going about our lives in whatever way that we can? It almost as if like we're kind of bringing something under more of a microscope so you can see maybe perhaps where we've been separate from others, where we've been separate even from ourselves. And it's asking for you to make time for that. It's asking for you to be available for the messages that you get. I also keep getting before I even started this camera or the tape here recording, I kept getting like oracle message. So maybe some of you are like needing to pull your own oracle messages, or maybe some of you might find some help in that, some guidance in the oracle messages that you can receive. And I feel here that I'm saying it because it's important for you to at least try, or those of you who have oracle cards or tarot cards or whatever it is, the messages that are given from that source are important for you. And so, you don't have to go overkill. You don't have to pull and pull and pull cards all day long, but like focus your energy, meditate, and then shuffle your cards and pull one, And is it upside down? Is it reversed? Is it upright? What does it mean? And if it is in reverse, what does that imply in the card? Even if they are oracle cards, because most oracle cards are intended to be read upright. But what might that mean in your life if it is in reverse? Just pull one, see what that message is. But the energy is like, check it out. And if you're not doing that with cards, Sagittarius, it's just asking you to be available to the information that may be coming through you through different sources. Information that may be shown like, maybe somebody's saying something that resonates with you in a very strange and like intentional way, and they have no like meaning in your life whatsoever, but what they're saying is something that's like, oh wow, that's really impactful for me, for all whatever reasons it is, it's very impactful to you. So we're asking here for you to be available to listening, to be available to maybe that's why we're talking about the separation, or the measure, the illusion is separate, the measure is one. Maybe that's why we're asking to be mindful about how you engage this type of energy, especially when it comes to messages, because it almost seems like we're trying to get in better connection to source, better connection to the self, and really be present in what information and energy is for you. The imagery that I'm getting right now, there's a book from the 80s. It's called Where the Wild Things Are. And but it's like the way that they're showing me is like the image of Max, but he's like up against a wall. He's a teenager and he's got a cigarette. It's kind of a weird energy. Just, I'm trying to remember how that book goes now, because that's a very specific like visual. Maybe some of you have teenagers that are being a little bit pains in the butts, or maybe this is just for you to reclaim some energy that may have been like lost in your youth, or some sort of energy here, Sagittarius, where it's like, I'm not saying pick up a bad habit, most definitely not, but like there's something here where it's like you get to entertain something again. You get to go and be wild and free again. And it's kind of a weird, like, I'm trying to understand what I'm being shown here. Sagittarius, bear with me for a second. So it's important to pull out, to extract, to pull out, to make available the inner beast. That's going to sound really cryptic or macabre to a lot of people. It's not about a bad thing. It's not about like something scary. So let's take beast, okay, the inner beast. Even if you like think of the strength tarot card with the angel and the woman and the lion, it's somebody who's taming their inner beast. It's somebody who's taming their base like desires, and to have patience with that. It's interesting because it's like I also see the little character Max like up against the wall, like one foot's like on the wall, one foot's down, the other one's just like smoking cigarettes. It's interesting just because it's like maybe this is about addictions that we picked up in high school, who knows, but like there's an element here, Sagittarius, where it's like asking you to venture inside of yourself to really look about that like where the wild things are, where it's wild inside of you, and that can be great, that can be terrifying for some of you. You know, what's untamed, what is, and I'm not asking you to tame yourself by any means, but it's asking for you to, yeah, the message for like, you know, be mindful about like, you know, addictions, whatever, but like there's something here, Sagittarius, where it's asking you to be more present with the inner world, but like where the wild things are, where it's untamed, where it's unchecked, where it's underdeveloped, or like uncharted territory is what I'm kind of getting here, Sagittarius. It's like where the vines are hanging everywhere. There's something about that where it's actually very peaceful. Because it's untouched, it's unfettered, it's untouched, it's unkept, and that's okay. It's like we're getting back in touch with some sort of primal aspect of ourself here, Sagittarius. And I guess the way I see this whole thing with where the wild things are and Max and everything, it's almost as if like we need to have fun, or like some of you might be going into different like times of self-induced journeying, which is kind of interesting. Just because I think a lot of people, I'm getting that commercial on YouTube that I always see. It's for like ketamine, mental health with ketamine. I can't remember what it's called actually, but some of you, this is like where we are, you know, seeking a professional to like induce us to go into these different realms. Some of you know how to do that, you know, on your own, or you know, maybe you got a connection, who knows, but like the energy here, and I'm not saying everybody needs to go do this, even you can do this through meditation without any type of substances, but what we are talking about here, Sagittarius, is going deep within, getting lost in there and like finding your way out. It's kind of an interesting energy. It's like going in there with the intention to get lost and unearth what you can, and that's going to be absolutely freeing and uncomfortable, and like I'm hearing too, like it's not willy-nilly, you know, it's like if you're going, what's the stupid term, go big or go home, it's that kind of energy where I'm like, oh shit. Okay, all right, so some of you, if you're up to that type of challenge, maybe that there's an energy here for that, maybe there's a deep dive for you. And remember, you can also do this through communication therapy. You can do this through meditation. You know, I want you to be very protected and very careful with how you go about it, which is almost like the antithesis of what I'm talking about. But for the sake of the internet and for the sake of the messages that I'm sharing here with all best intentions, I want you to be careful. I want you to be intentional here. Not everybody's ready for that. And so it's almost as if like embarking on a journey that you're ready for, that you know you're ready for, that you've brought the headlamp, you brought the extra gallons of water, you brought the extra blanket just in case, you prepared because you've been there, but you're going to go there again, is the energy that I'm coming to, Sagittarius. It's very specific. We're going to do this again, but we're going to like, maybe it's where we left off. I'm not sure how this is because I keep getting the imagery of Max. So I'm going to ask if there's any more here. Is there any more here for Sagittarius in this particular vein, or can we let this go, please? Keep hearing time travel, time travel, time travel. So time travel, yes, you can talk about time travel as an experience within yourself, going to different areas in your life, regression therapy, regression hypnosis. Maybe this is what we're talking about here, so we can do this safely with somebody here. There's like a regression hypnosis energy that's coming through Sagittarius. It's to unearth the pieces of ourselves, those I almost want to say placemats, placeholders, where it's time to pick it up, it's time to readdress it, it's time to open it up again. It's a very strange message. I'm going to let this go here for we're going to ask for different information coming in, please. So some of you may be also getting into like unlikely alliances with somebody, or like there's going to be somebody here where it's like I'm feeling like there's like a difference potentially in age difference too. So maybe you like come across this like really cool old lady and she's like, I have information for you. And she does, you know, it's like the universe blesses you with this beautiful experience in your life, and it's something for you to learn from. It's something for you to grow from, and it's available to you. But it doesn't have to be an old lady. This can just be somebody that you typically would not like engage with, or like typically they're not in your life, but it's random and it just comes into your experience, and you're like, oh my God, I'm really appreciative of this energy. Thank you for this. This is kind of unique. This is kind of serendipitous. It's kind of scary. That's the energy that I'm getting, and it shouldn't be scary, but it's like, whew, goosebumps. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up from this. It's like perfect timing. You know, sometimes people show up in our lives for very specific reasons and then they leave. Sometimes they stick around for years, you know. But there's an uncanny alliance here that feels like, or an unlikely alliance, uncanny alliance that feels like it's kind of coming through here for you, Sagittarius, and it's asking for you to be present with it. Some of you may have just met a really cool person that's like not in your typical scope, you know. So I keep getting like this, and it's weird because it's like I'm trying to piece it together, the whole thing, what we're talking about. But the way that I'm being shown is a school cafeteria at lunchtime. And like, it's like, who do I sit with? Who do I sit with? Who will let me sit with them? Who do I sit with? Who will let me sit with them? It's very interesting. A lot of us dealt with like rejection when we were younger. And some of you, you may have been the popular one. You may have been part of the group that was like the it group or whatever. Or you weren't dealing with this type of energy, but maybe you're dealing with somebody who has this type of hesitation, who has this like unworthy feeling about themselves. Like, oh, can I sit with you? Is it okay to sit with you? Like, and it's asking for you to make it available for them to sit with you. It's asking for you to be open to it. Or if this was your energy as a youngster, it's asking you to initiate, can I sit with you? You know, it's like being brave about something, but it's joining something too. It's joining a group. It's joining a person that like you weren't with 5 minutes ago, but now you are, and there's a reason for it. Maybe this is how the uncanny alliance or the unlikely alliance connects here. Show me more for Sagittarius, please. It's like a light that's been off. It's like a light that's been off that needs to, I want to cry like really hard right now. I'm not sure what this is about. It's like a light that's been off that needs to be turned on again. It's been like intentionally neglected though. It hasn't been attended. It hasn't been tended to. It's like I see that light's off and I wish it were on, but I'm not going to tend to it. I'm not going to change that bulb. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to ignore it. And I'll see it. I'll see it. It's a beautiful lamp. It's a beautiful, light, but it's off. And I'm not sure why I'm feeling like this deep sadness that comes with that. But it's asking you to be available for that to come back on. It's asking for you to be available to open it up. There's a lot of throat stuff that I'm experiencing too here right now. So speaking up, when we have throat chakra blockages, it can talk about needing to speak up, needing to clear things out, needing to say your piece. If you've been, muffling yourself down for how long, it's asking for you to be available to that, turning the light on, making yourself seen. Because what happens when we turn the light on? You see the light, and the light shines on everything. You can't hide from the light. So it's asking for you to be available to that, Sagittarius. It's asking for you to take ownership of that. Maybe this is a connection to where the wild things are as well. Maybe we're going into some very uncomfortable territory here to turn that light back on. Is there any more for Sagittarius? The way the word I'm hearing is Illuminati, and I'm like, Illuminati, what about the Illuminati? It's more about superstition that comes with certain words, okay? So it's the association and the energy that we give to something because it's like, it makes us uncomfortable, Examine why it makes you uncomfortable. Examine what your true fear is. Is it built upon energy? Is it built upon like hearsay? Is the fear true? Or is it built upon what you've been told rather than what you've seen firsthand? This is about dispelling energy, dispelling myth, dispelling like how information or words that you've been kind of like groomed on take power over you, and how much resonance you give them, because it almost feels like they're big, like, specific, like, pressure point button words, keywords, buzzwords that are like, whoa, no, don't say that. And it's like, well, why? Like, what is the connection to the control for you? What is the connection to why you can't say that or think that? Or like, what is it? Maybe you shouldn't, but like examine why versus like what you've been told or what is expected of you, because it feels like something here, Sagittarius, changes in a better way for you. There's something here where when you question things, when you question indoctrination, when you question the words of a parent, when you question tradition even, like it's asking for you to just be available to diving deep in the why of it. It's being that little annoying kid where it's like, why? Because I said so. That's the energy that's coming through here, Sagittarius. And we're going to get around that because I said so. Because I said so isn't an answer. Question it. Be the thorn in the side. Like, question it. So that's what I have for you guys. I'm going to let this go here. I hope that this message is helpful for you guys. I love you. Bye.